you know, it puts off a, here's a fish. Good fish. I think it's a bass. Well, I guess we don't have to worry about fish not wanting this. Wow. Fighting fish here. I think this is the biggest of the day so far. Wow. Let's get in that for this guy. There we go. That's the biggest so far today, guys. Here's a fish. Now, what do we have here, folks? Oh yeah! What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to Cross Country Bank Angler. I'm back at it again today, doing something a little bit different. So, you know, if you watched the last video on the channel that was uploaded a week ago, it was all about testing out a new BFS, you know, a new light casting rod, bait finesse system rod, and I went down and did some multi-species fishing in a creek. That one, you know, that day, it was a pretty long day. I fished for a while, but there was kind of enough footage for, you know, a little more, you know, more than just one video. So that's kind of what this is going to be about. You know, I'm adding, you know, some of the extra footage from that day that didn't get into the first video. I wanted to make sure you know, make a video with the extra footage because there were some really cool catches in here. You know, this was a new area that I was exploring that day, checking things out. You know, the grassy creek. I've gone there a few times and it's always been productive. And this was probably the best day I've had there so far. You know, great multi-species fishing with BFS. You know, that's really, yeah, it's just very enjoyable. I think that's to fish BFS in a little creek like that. You know, that light power rod, you can, you know, make your casts very accurately, very precisely, and you can cast quickly. You know, you can do a quick follow-up cast, you know, faster than you could with a spinning rod, in my opinion. You can, you know, and once you get, you know, control of your spool and your backlash and you have your reel tuned correctly, you really have better control of your line, I think, than with a spinning reel. You know, you don't have to worry about line getting twisted up or getting wind knots or things like that, really, most of the time. Yeah, this light power rod, you know, whenever I am, you know, the BFS, whenever I'm fishing in a river or a creek and I know that there's like a potential for some bigger fish, I'm going to opt to fish with it over, say, the ultralight spinning setup as well. Either of those, really, most of the time. Because, yeah, it's just more comfortable. It's more enjoyable, I think, to fish with. And yeah, I mean, that setup is super lightweight as well. Some great catches coming up here, you know, some spinner bait fishing, some topwater fishing, several different species show up, some nice fish show up. We have some good fights here on the BFS setup, and it was a blast. So without further ado, I'm gonna roll this footage and I hope you enjoy it. Maybe this will get you inspired to try some BFS creek fishing yourself and get out there and learn something new, have a little more fun out at the creek. Thanks for watching. Alright guys, so I swapped from the rooster tail just because fish were getting hooked so deeply and I don't have my pliers, which is definitely a big mistake. Don't leave your pliers behind, guys. So in order to reduce damage to the fish and also risk of damage to myself from having to reach into a pickerel's mouth, I swapped over to the jig spinner. Hopefully this will still, you know, attract some attention. It's a little bit bulkier, might you know, eliminate some of the smaller bites we were getting, you know, the sunfish and stuff. I'm using the 1/8 ounce jig, Crappie Shadpole as a trailer. Hopefully this will still get some bites. It's definitely a bulkier presentation than the jig spinner. So I guess there's a chance it could intimidate some of the fish in here. And if that's the case, then we'll switch to a different lure, you know, a different type of lure entirely. But yeah, the fish were they were hitting that rooster tail really well, but since I don't have pliers, I was really struggling to get them de-hooked. But yeah, you know, this is like a little spinner bait, so it's a bit larger. Could just wind up being too much for the fish in this creek. You know, that's kind of one of the advantages of an inline spinner, is that it's kind of small, and you know, it puts off there's a fish. Good fish. I think it's a bass. Well, I guess we don't have to worry about fish not wanting this. Wow. Fighting fish here. I think this is the biggest of the day so far. Wow. Let's get in that for this guy. There we go. That's the biggest so far today, guys. Nice fish. He smoked that thing. Basically on the drop. Basically on the drop. Let's get this guy unhooked. Great fight on this setup as well. Check him out. Come on. There we go. Check that one out, guys. That's a 12 or 13 inch bass there. Really fun fight right there. Felt great on the BFS setup. Beautiful fish. Let me get a picture of this one. Absolutely smashed it. See how this thing does. You know, if we start catching pickerel on it, then I'll stick with it, because that is kind of the goal today, is to target some pickerel. If not, then maybe we'll switch to something else. All right, bass, thank you very much. That was a great fight. All right, make another cast. That was a good fish. Here's a fish. Oh, another species, guys, a bluegill. Not half bad one either. Usually for a bluegill to get a jig spinner, it's got to be a pretty good one. All right, nice. Let's get this guy out of here. Whoa, wrong way. There we go. So yeah, I think this area, it seems like it's pretty fishy. Usually, you know, the point where two streams kind of converge is a good spot. So we might stay here for, you know, 20-30 minutes and cast around, see what else is down there. Got a bass and a bluegill. There we go. Here's the fish. Pickerel. Not huge, but it is pickerel. All right. There he is, guys. Check him out. There's a chain pickerel right there. About 12 inches. There we go. There's another one. Lots of fish in this spot. It's a red breast. It's a decent red breast too. There we go. These guys are really getting hooked well. There he is. Check him out, guys. Pretty red breast there. Let this guy go. There we go. Here's a red breast. Not a bad one. Pretty one. Let me get a picture of him. Pretty one. Thank you, fish. So I have some of these little, it's called a frisky frog, cream frisky frog. A little frog imitating soft plastic that I swapped to. Doesn't seem to be doing as well as the Shadpole. I'm just going to fish it for a little while longer, or until the legs get totally ripped off of it or something. There's a fish. That feels better. Oh yeah. Got me under a log. Get on out of there, bass. He's hung on something. He might have gotten off, guys. Just on a big clump of weeds. Let's see if I can get around the other side of this thing. I see him over there. There we go, he's off. Get off out from under there. Another good one, guys. That one wanted to give me some difficulties. He certainly did. He certainly did give me some difficulties. All right, finally. That's a good one, guys. That might be the best of the day. It's a 14-incher all day. Went right into the snag. Surprised he didn't break me off there. I'm gonna have to check my line after that one. Beautiful bass. Beautiful bass. Let's let this guy go. What a fighter, man. He went right into that log, and I really couldn't get him out at first. Appreciate you, fish. Went right back to his hiding spot. Here's a fish. That feels decent. Ooh, it's a bass. Nice. All right, fish, we got you. You're caught. You're caught. You're caught, Mr. Bass. Nice. There he goes, guys. Pretty fish. Got a bit of a slightly deformed mouth on that one, but he's still healthy, still feeding, but a little bit of an overbite. Let's let him go. Ooh. What do we have here? It's a good pickerel, guys. Yes, sir. And he just dove into a log. Just buried his face into the weeds. Whoa. Come here, fish. We need a net for this guy. Gotcha. Gotcha. No more games, sir. No more games from you. That's a good pickerel, guys. That's the biggest of the day. Biggest pickerel of the day. Look at him, guys. In my net. We got you, buddy. These fish have been crafty. They dive down into the wood and try to escape that way, break you off, but that's why we have 15-pound leader, so you can't slice us off so easily, Mr. Pickerel. So nice try there, buddy. Let's get you unhooked. All right, guys, there he is. That's a good one. That's about a 16-inch fish. That's the type of fish we went out here to try to find. Nice one. Pretty chain pickerel. Let's get a picture of this one and we'll get him out of here. All right, let's let this guy release here. He's been fighting me a lot. All right, rest in here, and there she goes. Ooh, those fish are a little slimy, but you can hold them under the gill plate very carefully and get a decent hold on them without having to use grippers. If it was a little bit bigger, I would have probably used grippers, but that's a good fish. Let me check the line, see if we need to retie. Here's a fish. Now what do we have here, folks? Got an interesting looking fish here. All right, what do you guys think? Is this, I'm almost certain this is not a pure red breast. Could this be a green sunfish red breast hybrid or just a pure green sunfish? Very pretty fish though, I have to say that much. And it's a pretty fish. Let's let him go. There's a fish. Another sunfish. All right, now this one looks like a straight up red breast. Yeah, this is a straight up red breast. All right, another red breast. Pretty healthy population of these guys in here. Oh, there we go. Dude, I saw that one tracking it, small pickerel, and then I kind of popped it a couple times and he ran up and grabbed it. All right, another pickerel, guys. Let's let him go. Thank you, little fish. Peace out. All right, guys, so we really caught a ton of fish on the jig spinner. It was getting hit by all different species. But naturally, you know, my curiosity starts to get the better of me, and I wonder what else these fish are going to hit. So, switched over to this Rapala Original Floating Minnow, floating jerkbait, and a perch pattern. So the F7 size is in between the F5, which is the size I use the most, and then the F9, which is another big, like a slightly bigger one. So we'll see if we can get some fish to hit this. There's a fish, guys. That's a better fish. Looks like a pickerel or a bass. Of course, he wrapped me around something. He buried me in some weeds. Let's just go get him. Let's just go get him. Crazy bass. Come on now. Junk off the line. There we go. All right, there's a bass. You know, I haven't fished this Rapala very often, but you know, I think this is the first time I'm catching fish on this particular model. Oh, he's fat. With fat little bass. Gave a good fight. Here's a fish as I paused it. Oh, there's a pickerel. Whoa. Get the net for you. Gotcha. Wow. That guy went ballistic. Hit it on the paws. Of course, we were complaining about trebles. Look how he ate that. I don't know if he's gonna make it, you guys. Unless he shakes the hooks out. All right, guys, we're able to get him unhooked with some difficulty, but I think he's gonna be okay. He's upright, he's swimming off. All right, people, this is the last area I'm gonna fish. We've got like maybe an hour left. Not exactly sure how deep this area is, or if it, I mean, there may not even be that many fish in this particular spot, but I'm pretty far out now, you know, from the car, so don't think I can go any further. And I mean, I'm starting to get tired and hungry, so, you know, got other things going on later today. All right, so we're back to casting the old buzzbait around. Cover some water on top for a little while. You know, that would really just round things out here to get like a nicer bass or pickerel or something on top water. Like a dedicated top. There he is. It's a good fish, whatever it is. Oh yeah. It's a bass. He's upset with us. Or as I said, it'd be nice to get like a nicer fish. Lo and behold, there we go, guys. Beautiful bass there, probably about a pound. Very nice, very nice. On the buzzbait. Love to see it, guys. Love to see it. All right, let's get this guy out of here. Thank you, fish.
Whew.